Oh, hey guys, here are part of the greens we picked last week because we had so many, we couldn't cook them all. We even gave some to my son. My daughter took some home. My son took some, and my other granddaughter took some home to her mom. And so we had some to eat. So this is what we have left. But you see what happens, this is what food is supposed to look like after a few days in the refrigerator, because it's organic and there's no pesticides and whatever else. So I'm not complaining, but I'm just warning you guys. So I'm going to pick through here and see what I can salvage, and then I'm going to go to my green stalk, take some off of this one, see what I can pick off of this one. And you see how fast this stuff grows back? And also I'll pick some of that kale and stuff from there, and then I'll show you what we have, and then we'll cook it. We'll make sure we cook it this week. So this is what I was able to save, and this is what I'm going to repurpose. So be careful, guys. And then I'm going to pick from the green stalks. I do want to tell you guys this. I do notice that there's really no pest pressure from the things, well, these things grown in the green stalk. I'm not really sure why, but that's just the way it is. Alright, so this is what we got, and this is all I'm picking today because I do not want to waste this much ever again. So we, Mr. Right now, have decided to recycle our greens here. They're just the leaves, which are just basically nitrogen. And we're going to be planting, I think, either some sweet potato slips or some more tomatoes into these. Remember a few weeks ago I had Mr. Wright cut the tops off of these water jugs. So we're going to use these to do our plantings today. So basically we're putting a little bit of the nitrogen on the bottom of each one of these 9 containers, and then we'll put I got a helper today. Then we're going to put in some soil, some peat moss, a little bit of garden soil, and we're going to kind of like layer it until we get to the top. Nazir, say hi. Say hi. Well, he don't want to say hi right now, but isn't he cute? So Mr. Wright is putting a little bit of garden soil on each one of them. So Mr. Wright is putting a little garden soil in each one of our 9 recycled water jugs, 5-gallon water jugs. And then the next layer will be, the first layer was the greens. Here you go. Okay. And the next layer is going to be peat moss. And then we're just going to layer it like lasagna or like a sandwich until we get to the top. So we got our first layer of our recycled greens and garden soil. And the next thing we'll do is the peat moss. So now Mr. Wright is layering in our first layer of peat moss into the first container. Okay, we'll just keep going. No, not yet. Okay. So while he's doing our next container, I'm just going to mix this one in, just like that. So I can see if I want to put any more greens in here, because I think this is all the nitrogen I'm going to put in here. I think after this we'll just add bone meal and phosphorus.
How much more do you want in there?
So Mr. Wright is putting in the last layer of peat moss. So we have garden soil, peat moss, and a little bit of garden waste in here that we're recycling, and we're also going to put some of this organic plant food in there. So we're going to be planting out these sweet potato slips. Some of these sweet potato slips, we do have some more tomatoes to plant and some more peppers to plant. I don't know if they're going to make it in this round, but we really need to get the sweet potatoes in. And we was trying to decide like where we're going to put it, because we still have the fall crops in and we have some summer crops in. And I want to start some more fall crops because it's June. So I was wondering to myself, where are we going to have the space to put all this stuff? And then I looked at a gardening video from a young lady named Asia. She has yellow door garden, a yellow door garden. She has a yellow door entrance to her garden. And she gardens in a small space. She says an urban area with a small space. And let me tell you guys, it looks like she grows pounds and pounds and pounds of food. And I thought to myself, well, if she can do it and she's so creative and she has such a wonderful output, right, Nazi? Then we can do it too. I can do it too. And I have a lot of space, but I also have a lot of shade, you see? So she is successful with some shade gardening, with some cold gardening, and all of that. And I'm going to tag her YouTube site in here. I think if she can do it, and I'm going to try to do it also. So if my phone doesn't die when we get our plants planted up in here, I'll show you what we got. We got all of our 9 containers all potted up, and in each potting hole I put some bone meal and I put some plant food. So they're all ready, and this is how we're going to plant them. I'm only going to put 1 plant in each container. I've never planted in these before, but I imagine they're going to turn out all right. And just make sure, if you do this, make sure you put some holes in the bottom of your containers. Okay, we got our sweet potatoes all planted up, and we'll be moving on to another project. We still have lots of plants left, so I'm going to call around. Okay, any suggestions, let us know. Right, Toodle? Let us know.